Hey, Brandon, it's a nice haircut you got there.
Thank you.
Can I have it?
Yeah.
Boom! Oh, baby, we here. We are here. Looks like I rolled out of a dumpster this morning. But, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the last episode of GPS for quite some time.
4 years, we'll be back.
Yep,
Just like the Olympics.
that's it. Isn't that the World Cup? It's like
What?
Olympics. Like there's the winter, and then there's the summer. Then there's like the fall Olympics, right? Or there's like different seasonal Olympics.
We're
It's not
we are
I'm taking that off. It's just
the Olympics of the Olympics.
nice. I don't know what that means, but ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Grossi Perna Show. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is GPS. That's right. And we thought we weren't going to have a lot to talk about today, but Tom Brady getting paid $375 million over a 10-year span so he never has to be home. And a lot of you may have read, like, he's getting that. Nay. He is paying Fox $375 million just so he doesn't have to spend time with his family. I thought that there was a misconnect there. So he is paying a lot of money just to not have to attend graduations, which honestly, I get it.
It was really disturbing news yesterday, learning about this. And we did get our 20 RTs. So we will read the inappropriate titles we had for this episode. We went with the Jags title. I might change it to the title Tom came up with after the show. I'll pay $376 million for Tom Brady to go away.
Yes.
I changed go away. I changed it from die to go away. Okay, dial it back. Let's dial
pump
it
the
back.
Brakes, Perna. Pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. Yeah.
Tom Brady does not deserve to die.
No.
I stand firmly on that statement. Could change my mind this football season. We'll see.
We came back. We came up with a lot of different titles, and it was some of our best work.
Yeah, this is what in the biz they call riffing. You know, rise.
I don't know what that is. I don't know. Hey everybody! Can I wear more Packers clothes?
If he does die, you know who I hope does not rise? Tom Brady.
Oh, he totally would. He'd be like, "Hey guys, you thought I was bad before? Now I'm a religion."
Tom Brady. The year is 2072. Being nice. No, that's way too long. He'd be like 90. 2068. Tom Brady passes away. 3 days later, just like his retirement. No, 40 days later. I don't know how it works. 3 or 40.
It was 3 days later. That's when, if you were going with the Jesus motif.
Yeah, but Jesus was in the
desert.
Desert.
Good. Yep, he was in the rainforest. He was in the Rainforest Cafe for 40 days. And he's like, you know what? This is too expensive. This is too pricey for a mediocre meal. I mean, the ambiance is real cool because it's like you're in a rainforest, but just saying. Oh, I saw that yesterday. Yeah, I saw that yesterday. It was like on Twitter, the new Giannis biopic that's coming out. There we go. Kyle gets it. Kyle understands the assignment. Thank you. Right here. We're gonna get that 375 mil. We are gonna get it. Gotcha.
Would you rather have $375 million or 375 million subscribers?
Oh.
I would take the subs because I think I could make 375
million. I would take
quickly.
the subs. Yeah, easy. Take the subs.
You can make $1 billion with that.
Yeah. Well, but that's the thing, though. You have 375 million, but nobody watches. They're all bots.
I paid for all of them.
Mm-hmm. We came up with some great titles. Do we want to go through some titles real quick? These were titles that Perna and I brainstormed because every morning we get together. USFL video. Oh, they actually allowed it this time?
No, he must have got there before the content ID blocked it. So
yeah, because by the way, USFL, Brandon Perna, one of the only YouTubers talking about the USFL, and the USFL was like, you know what? No. We don't want you to promote our brand. We don't want to succeed as a league. No.
How dare you use less than 2 minutes of highlights from a 3-hour game that we broadcast on Peacock Plus or whatever?
Yeah.
It might get unblocked by about 4:00 today. We'll see. I submitted a dispute. They got 48 hours. I think we can get into why that is an issue later. Let's go through these Tom Brady titles that we did not use because we're above being petty, you know?
All right. So let's... Do you want to start or do you want me to start?
Sure. I'll just start with, we started low. Tom put a title in, the rundown, and then I did one, and then we just kept going. So I just went with, why won't Tom Brady die?
That was Brandon's. That was Brandon. And mine was, I'll pay $376 million for Tom Brady to F off.
Yes.
We edited that to go away to keep it family friendly.
And then, why does Tom Brady hate his family so much?
Accurate. I mean, nothing wrong here. Nothing wrong. I said, will Tom Brady attend any of his kids' birthdays?
Has Tom Brady ever attended any of his kids' birthdays? He strategically had all of his kids during football season, so he does not have to go to any of their parties.
It's just like 9 months from now. No, that's March. I'm not busy in March.
Nope. Can't have a spring baby or a summer baby.
Nope.
But this one's good.
I was very happy with this one. Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, this is you.
He said, at least Aaron Rodgers just doesn't talk to his parents.
Boom. Oh, man, this one's good, too. You were on a roll, I'll be honest.
Which one? This one?
Yeah.
Oh, Tom Brady will skip his wife's funeral to call a Giants-Eagles game because he just gets to see one of them lose. It just makes sense. It makes sense.
And Tom was getting too crafty, so I just went with Tom Brady has a weird penis.
That's what the rumor is. That's what it says.
Yeah.
I tweeted this one out. I said he may have created Man in the Arena, but he'll never star in Man at Home.
Man at Home, a new comedy on CBS this fall, starring Tim Allen again.
Again, it's all Tim Allen. It's Tim Allen all the way down.
Tom Brady calls family reunions funerals for my soul.
Accurate. What is missing more? Diversity in head coaching positions or Tom Brady at his children's milestones?
That one is also good. The only SNL host worse than Tom Brady. The only SNL host worse than Tom Brady was Steven Seagal. And anybody who's watched Seagal and how bad that was understands the gravity of that saying. And that one actually also applies to him being thrown into the broadcast booth because
accurate.
Bottom line, I just don't think he'll be good.
Tom Brady's kids still believe in Santa since they only see their dad once a year too.
The only thing Tom Brady uses his GPS for is to navigate the longest possible route to get home.
Family is not an important thing. It's everything. That was from Michael J. Fox. Definitely not Tom Brady.
Oh, did you see the photo of Wayne Gretzky doing the Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott, Wayne Gretzky quote?
Yes. Phenomenal.
Oh,
Just phenomenal.
I guess I'm not going to read my last one
I think we're good.
about Roe v. Wade and Tom Brady. I'll let your imagination go with it.
Oh yeah. I think this was the best brainstorming session we've ever had.
Yeah, it's got the juices. It's got me pumped to do the episode today.
Absolutely. So now we'll talk about the actual story. In that yesterday it was reported that Tom Brady, once he retires, people got excited. They're like, wait, is he gone now? No. Once he does retire, whenever that is, whenever the sun decides to burn out, he has a 10-year contract with Fox to commentate games, and they are going to pay him $375 million. So, yeah, Arsenal, let's get it.
We made a good segment, Tom. Yeah, thanks, Arsenal. That deserves. We got to create a Tom Brady clip. You know,
we have one of him throwing the tablet.
Oh yeah, where is that one?
We have so many clips. We have so many.
we gotta get rid of some of these.
Here, it's this one. It says Brady tablet.
There it is. Oh, it's the one that says Brady tablet?
It's this one that says Brady tablet. Look at this. That's when it didn't have GPS on it. And he's like, I don't want to watch this.
Don't you dare show me the shortest route to get home.
Don't. Well, I mean, like, I feel like we were robbed a little bit because that didn't have sound. Yeah. So
it's all right.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much everybody eats bread.
Oh man, I'm so happy that man is my QB. The cheesiest man in sports, and I love
know if he's bad. Oh my god, dude, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough.
Trust me, it'll be an upgrade.
But what I want to say, I want to get your take on this first of all, because he already is going to be like the highest paid commentator. Because I think like Romo is getting like 30 mil a year, which is like still, or 18. I think he might have been 18. There's a list of people, but it's Pat's first Bucks game. Oh yes. I just like, what if he sucks? Like, what if he's just not good?
That's what's bizarre. It's 10 years.
Long time.
It's more than they were paying Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, probably combined.
That's valid,
he's never shown any sample of being in the booth. He hasn't even retired yet. Like nothing about it makes sense.
No.
Other than Tom Brady sounds like he's a very good negotiator. Like, Tom, we would love to get you in the booth. We're thinking 3 years. You know, we're going to go all the way to $100 million. Just to lock you in 4 years for $100 million. That's 25 mil a year, Tom. That's, you know, about what you're making, and you don't take any hits. And he's like, 10 years, 375 million. You got a deal. They're like, ew, that's a big commitment.
This is a legitimate question. Brandon, have you, before we started streaming and all that, because I've been streaming for a while now, so like this doesn't apply to me. Have you ever tuned into a game besides like the Manning cast, which is, I guess, is where this is coming from? Have you ever tuned into a game, be like, oh, because these guys are calling it, these commentators, that's the one, this is the one I want to watch. And the only thing I can imagine is because of how successful the Manning cast is, they think that it's going to be that kind of draw.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, I think they're hoping for that Tony Romo angle as well, but
it's like, oh, cool, he's calling the game. I'm not going to seek out. I was already going to watch the game, one.
Yeah.
Or two, I'm not going to like seek it out just because like, oh, Tony Romo's calling it. I'd be like, oh, cool, Tony Romo's calling it.
Yeah, you're basically, most people don't even know who's calling the game. It's just you find out during the game. You know what I mean? Like, we know a lot of the broadcasting duos because we eat, breathe, sleep, and defecate football. Like,
accurate.
nobody's like, oh, I want that Iron Eagle and Dan Fouts duo now. And I don't even know if Fouts is still doing it. Like, give me Greasy. Where's the Greasy game?
I pray that Troy Aikman and Joe Buck call all the Packers games, because then I know I'm going to have more viewers, because people can't stand, especially Packers fans, Troy Aikman and Joe Buck.
Yeah. It's strange. I'm assuming they think there will be some sort of draw because of it. Otherwise, you could pay a lot less money and get similar results, if not the exact same results.
Well, this is kind of the question. This is like getting super meta, but like, this is the question I posed, because you see broadcasting and commentating kind of going in like two different directions, because you have the Amazon way, right? Who are like trying to get these personalities to commentate their games, allowing Twitch streamers to show the game because they own the rights to Thursday Night Football. You're seeing that explode. I mean, like, you and I both know how well this does, like doing the play-by-play and commentating on YouTube.
Yeah.
Do you think like that's more the future, or do you think it's going to be like, hey, no, let's get these big named athletes because that's really going to drive in the numbers?
Yeah.
I feel like people are going to either, one, watch the game regardless because they're there for the team or the matchup, not necessarily because of the commentator. But two, I just don't know how entertaining he's going to be. Like, if you're tuning into like a Pat McAfee, for example, right? If he like gets that deal with Amazon and like winds up like commentating some games, I can see that. People like the Manning cast because they're entertaining, right?
Yeah.
The guests that they bring on, and it's kind of like light and whatever. I would think it's going more in like the personality direction more than like the name recognition of like a Tom Brady.
Yeah, I think it'll be there's both are going to exist, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, one's not going away in place of the other. I think there's going to be more broadcast options for people. And even like the Manning cast, there was still a lot of people who didn't like it.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Like, there's still a lot of people who watch the game just be like, I want to know what's happening in the game. I don't want to get sidetracked with these stories or hear an NBA player come in and take away from like what's happening on the screen because they're talking about something else. But there was enough people who did dig it that there's an audience for all of these things.
Yeah.
And what's strange about like paying Tom Brady that much money is, if this is true, like the audience is going to kind of fracture off a little bit. So it seems like less people would actually be watching, Tom Brady and your broadcast expert in the booth and seeking out like these other things, or kind of like the way people will watch a stream when we do it, is that's up on the screen and they kind of mute it and just watch along with us. You know what I mean? So which
is what a lot of people do. I mean,
yeah. Or the hardest core of sports fans, turn off the audio for the game broadcast and tune into the radio call.
Oh yeah.
My grandpa used to do that shit. And that is, that's the
summer's
ultimate.
coming. Summer's coming. I just don't. Yeah, because I've watched the Manning cast a couple of times, like when I wasn't streaming, which wasn't often, but like I would watch it, and like it's fine. Like it's sometimes awkward. Like there's just like very long, like awkward pause, and I don't know if that's just because of like the relay that they're not in the same room. So because of that,
was the worst part about it.
Someone speaks, and then it's like, haha, yeah, like it was one of those, but. I mean, like, I can see why people enjoyed it. I also think that part of it was the Monday night commentating group was so bad that they were like, hey, this is better. So I'm going to watch this instead. I don't know. Like, I think there's definitely a want and a need for people to watch or listen to other commentators because they are fans. I mean, one of the things about Joe Buck, I don't think Joe Buck is awful, right? Like Packers fans really don't like Joe Buck and Troy Aikman for the most part.
I like them as a duo in the booth.
But
I like
think
Collinsworth too, but
I like Chris Collinsworth, his slide. But I think that people sometimes get hung up because they're like, well, these guys aren't fans. because that's not their job, right? They're not supposed to be overly biased and be like, well, oh man, Aaron Rodgers threw an interception or something like that. And so like there's a want of like, hey, I'm a Broncos fan. Like I want to watch it with Brandon Perna because he's a Broncos fan. He knows, I would argue, more than the national media does about his team. He knows the backup of the backup. And like he's going to be celebrating when they win. So yeah, I don't know. I think that I would think that that's more the market, especially now with just like the accessibility of commentators.
Yeah, I mean, just over the last like 10 years, the sort of tone of broadcasts have also changed. You know what I mean? Like even like Joe Buck going from, being disgusted by Randy Moss fake mooning to now he's kind of funny and tongue in cheek. And, like all of that, I think, has progressed and changed because of the internet. And then now we're kind of getting to a different phase of everybody can commentate and provide different options. And, the leagues are aware of kind of what works outside of the USFL, and they're going to adjust to that. I think the one thing like I find very interesting when I'm watching a broadcast is when commentators have a little bit of backstory on a guy, right? So that player makes a play in the game and they're like, we were talking to him, we learned this thing about him. It feels like Tom Brady, being in the league as long as he's been, playing for multiple teams, played with a lot of different players. If there's something I think he can do very well, is talk about different things that he knows about different players. You know what I mean? It's not going to have to be like a research project for him for a while until, year 10 when, he hasn't played with any of those guys. But like that knowledge is hard to replace. But what it comes down to is, when have we ever looked at Tom Brady and gone like, yeah, that guy's got all the charisma. He's super entertaining. It's always been, he's kind of plain and annoying when he does press conferences, when he talks. His social media game has changed.
It's great.
That's not him. He's got a team. He's got a visual effects team helping him do cool shit for Twitter and Instagram. Like, I'm curious to see what kind of personality he brings to it, because it's like the same thing with Drew Brees going to the booth. I've never been like, oh man, Drew Brees is great on the microphone. Doesn't mean they can't get good, but
his hair.
Yeah, he grew his hair for this. Jason Witten was a great failure in the booth. Booger McFarland was weird.
If he starts doing shots of like avocado tequila, like before he gets into the booth, then I'll watch Tom Brady. Then I'll be like, listen, like if he's doing it plastered, because he's just like, they're paying me $375 million. I don't care.
Yeah.
I think that would be entertaining. But I agree, because him as an athlete, I think, is different as an entertainer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, he could be good, and he might take like the Tony Romo route. Like, I really like Tony Romo as a commentator because you learn more about football, and the guy like predicts plays every now and then. And it's just like, oh, they're gonna run this sweep, and they do, and it's like, oh, that's really cool. Like, how did you know that? And he breaks it down. Like, that's for like people who just have that craving for like the more X's and O's of football. So Brady could do that. Like, there's definitely a possibility that he could, and I think he could find success there.
It'd be really funny if like he's doing that and we realize like Tom Brady doesn't know a lot about football. He like always gets it wrong. It's like, man, Josh McDaniels really carried him.
Yeah.
Really helped him out there. Bill Belichick really simplified things for Tom.
True.
That won't be true, but God.
It won't be. No. But I saw that clip from like forever ago. I think he was talking to Bill Belichick, because he would meet with Bill Belichick like almost every 5 seconds. And he was like talking about Ray Lewis and just talking about like where he's positioned on all the games. I'm like, this dude is so smart. Like he is. Like, I think like the top quarterbacks, they have to like have that kind of.
Yeah. Like, you do anything for 20 years, you better understand it. It's why Manning was intriguing, because of his mental acumen for the game. And also like he's entertaining. I think we're learning, though, that Eli Manning is the funniest one. Like, if you watch the Manning cast, you're like, man, Eli's like, Peyton gets the credit. He had the SNL, like, you know, slam dunk bit. But Eli, sneaky funny. And I would actually rather see Eli in the booth than Manning or Brady. Peyton Manning. Eli's a Manning as well. But
because like Eli just seems like a normal dude.
yeah.
Like he's just like, yeah, just crack open my PBR and watching football.
That was the big. They needed to have those guys in the same room.
They do. They really, really do.
Like them taking our approach and doing it from, like their home, it makes for a shittier broadcast.
That's correct.
Like get them so they can talk. And the guests, like I know it's hard to get some of the top tier guests that they had, but bringing them in like via Skype or Zoom or whatever the hell technology they use.
The technology is not great. It's not great. No, it's not. It's not great.
Speaking of sucking, the Jacksonville Jaguars getting sued by kicker Josh Lambo, the gift that keeps giving yes. Urban Meyer. I saw this yesterday that Lambo's suing him for $3.5 million in lost salary. If you don't recall, after Urban Meyer was fired, Josh Lambo came out and said that Urban wouldn't refer to kickers or special teams players by names, would just call them kicker, punter, whatever. Came up to Josh Lambo, said, hey, dipshit, make your effing kicks, and then kicked him in the back of the leg. Lambo said, don't kick me. He said, I'll kick you whenever I want, something like that. So now Josh Lambo suing the Jags for Urban Meyer being allowed to create a hostile work environment. His performance suffered after he was verbally and physically abused by Urban Meyer is a claim in the lawsuit. My thought is Lambo should be suing them for way more money than the $3.5 million he lost in salary because Urban Meyer then cut him. Lambo's still a free agent. So he lost an entire season to put up a body of work that would keep him employed for a longer time.
I mean, I don't know if he would have been re-signed. I don't know. He was kind of starting to miss a bunch of kicks. So like, I don't.
Yeah, because Urban Meyer was abusing him.
Because if I'm Lambo, I'm walking around in crutches. He's like, he lightly kicked him in the calf, and he's just like, the attempt on my life has left me scarred.
Yeah. I mean, 2019, Lambo's field goal percentage was 97, 2018, 90, 2017, 95. After the Chargers let him go, he was playing pretty well. And then I think he got hurt in 2020. So I think there would be a case there for an even bigger lawsuit. And if Josh Lambo would like to bring me in as a legal consultant, I will take a small percentage of the final payout.
Like 10%? Like 10%?
Yeah, I'll get Josh Lambo $375 million.
I believe in you. I'm sorry, I just wanted to recreate the latency issues that the Manning cast has.
Let's just keep trying to talk over each other.
Yeah. No. Yeah, Urban, I mean, I think he really does make the case for the worst head coaching hire in like the last decade or so. I really think he's up there.
It's him, Petrino, and McDaniels. Top three.
They're up there. So
even Adam Gase, you're like, that's an upgrade.
Yeah, I mean, hell, the Jets loved him so much. They were like, hey, have the GM position. But then again, the Texans did that with Bill O'Brien too. So that doesn't really mean anything. I don't know. The other big thing I want to talk about is because while the schedule is being released tomorrow, we already have the strength of schedule. And now, little caveat here, this doesn't mean anything, right? Because good teams can go to being bad teams or mid teams, and then bad teams can go being good. I mean, look at the Bengals. No one expected them to be as good as they were this year. But here, it does have the Dallas Cowboys having the easiest schedule, which is garbage. And I'm not happy about it. And I think that it is blasphemy.
Yeah, it's the whole NFC East. Look at that. Giants, Eagles, Commanders, Cowboys. Easiest schedule on earth.
Yep.
Is that because they play each other? Yes.
Probably, yeah.
That's a big part. That's a big part of it.
I saw that on Twitter. They were like, in what world do the Vikings have a harder schedule than the Packers? And the guy was like, because the Packers don't play the Packers.
True.
And I was like, that's valid.
Yeah.
That's so it looks like the Rams, Cardinals, Bengals. You look, the Bucks actually even have a hard schedule. And you got the 49ers. You got where are the Broncos? Oh, Broncos are 15.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. Exactly.
Packers
what
at
we
22.
wanted.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it. The Cardinals, again, what they'll do is they will be excellent for the first half of the season and then go into an epic meltdown and either barely make the playoffs or miss them entirely.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking the DeAndre Hopkins suspension was strategic.
Oh.
And they'll actually be better because he's coming back after week 6?
So Cliff Kingsbury was like, here's some drugs. Take these.
Take these drugs, D-Hop.
Take these drugs. And he's like, no. So then he just sprinkled them in like his shake.
Yep.
And then he tested positive and he's like, we're not crashing and burning in the second half of the season. I refuse. He's like, wouldn't it just be better if I was here all season? No.
No, we've got a problem, DeAndre, where we're not sure Kyler Murray is a second half of the season QB. So we need you to save him. Part 2.
Yes.
Hollywood Brown will carry him part 1.
I'm just looking at the West right now. I'm surprised. Yeah, so Chiefs and Raiders are up there. Then you have the Chargers. Surprised the Broncos aren't a little higher. Okay. I mean, because they already off the bat have like incredibly difficult games within their own division.
Yeah. But since they finished last in the division,
they get a little bit easier.
They get like an easier team or two. I believe that's how it works. But
look at the interesting team. Look at the freaking AFC South over there. It goes Titans, Jaguars, Colts. So Titans, they got an easy road there. The Texans have a harder schedule. Oh God!
You know what? Jump up there.
Nobody likes the Texans. It's fine. No one's gonna care. So my question to you is: the Cowboys have the easiest strength of schedule. Are they even going to win double-digit games?
Yeah, I think they do. I think they're gonna be a lot like they were last year.
I wonder if the Eagles smack.
I think the Eagles finish first in that division.
Man, I can't wait to make all the bets with Scooter again this year.
Eagles 11-6, Cowboys 10-7, Giants 8-9.
Wow, you think the Giants are going to win 8 games, huh?
Yeah, I think Dable is that much better. Okay. And then Commanders 2-15.
I don't know. Commanders are going to have a
3-14.
They maybe 3. Maybe
all 3 wins come with Matt Corral at the end of the year.
That makes sense. Yeah. I really don't know. I think the Commanders are on that list. The Falcons are on the list. The Texans are on the list.
Sorry, they took Sam Howell. God.
They'll be one of the worst.
Corral was the Panthers.
I don't think the Lions will finish last.
Yeah.
They won't be the worst team in the league. I think it's going to be like the Texans, the Falcons, potentially the Commanders.
Yeah, Bears could be worse than the Lions, even in that your own division.
Please.
Bad teams who I think are building on something. The Lions for sure could be there. I think the Browns are going to lose more games than we think.
It also depends on Watson too, and how long he is going to be out for.
Yeah. I saw a thing about Watson possibly not being suspended this season.
Oh, it's the following one?
The following
That'd be amazing because he would lose money then, right?
Yeah, but then somebody said that the Browns have the ability to just convert $23 million from his next season to this season and still save him that money.
It's so gross. It's so gross.
It is effed up.
Oh my God. Can you imagine the Bear? Can you imagine the Bears? They're the worst team in the league, and then they don't believe in Justin Fields and give up on him after like 2 years, and they draft a quarterback.
Justin Fields for
And
never.
Justin Fields winds up going to the Green Bay Packers and winning them 18 Super Bowls. Because Aaron Rodgers retires after winning this year's Super Bowl.
Wow, just carries on the tradition.
That's it. And Jordan Love's just like, what the F, guys? And we're like, sorry.
Hey, remember me? Don't you love me?
And instead of Soldier Fields, it's going to be Lambo Fields. See?
Lambeau
See?
Field.
Just like carry that over.
South?
Oh, yeah.
South. Yeah.
Or he just goes to the Broncos like you originally wanted. When Wilson doesn't work out.
Don't need to. Don't even have to care anymore. Don't even have to care, Tom, because I have got...
Yeah, pretty much everybody eats bread.
Face to face with Russell Wilson, on Seattle Refined. Am I the scat?
No.
Am I the scat?
No.
Am I the scat?
It's so aggressive. It's so aggressive. Am I the scat? Am I the scat?
No. No, you're not.
Panthers and Seahawks are also contenders to finish really poorly, too.
Yeah. Yeah, Seahawks could be bad. Like, which teams made the playoffs that might not?
Hold on.
Maybe
Let's pull up that strength of schedule again. Let's pull this up. All right, because you had last year. Okay, you had all right. So all those teams except the Saints, because remember the Saints blew it. Chargers didn't make it. Steelers did make it. Steelers, I don't know if they're gonna make the playoffs. I don't have a lot of faith that they will, because technically they did. They got blown out by the Chiefs, but technically they did. Patriots, they have a shot. I think they have a good shot of making it.
I think the Cardinals don't make the playoffs. The Steelers don't make the playoffs. The Patriots don't. And the Raiders don't.
And the Raiders.
Interesting. People are way too high on the Raiders.
Interesting.
Way too high on the Raiders.
Okay.
Their defense.
You know what? I'm going to make a bold prediction. I say the Titans don't.
Ooh.
They're in a garbage division, but I don't even think they know about Ryan Tannehill. They lost AJ Brown. I think it's going to take at least a little bit for Treylon Burks just to get acclimated. He might turn into an AJ Brown, but
yeah. Derrick Henry going to make a full season.
Just saying.
The one thing the Titans have, though, is their defense started to get very, very good.
Yes. Their pass rush is very, very good. I agree.
Yeah. And they do play in that bad division. So, but the AFC is just, it's going to be hard. It's going to be crowded.
The AFC is going to be a bloodbath this year, and I am so excited about it.
Now that you've said that, you've just cursed the Packers.
Is it bad that I just really don't want the 49ers to make the play? Oh, that's a team. Who knows if the 49ers are going to make the playoffs?
Oh, that's...
Please don't. Please don't. Can't lose to the 49ers if they're not in the playoffs.
Yeah. Not a lot of positive leaking information coming out about Trey Lance.
I think it's overblown. I think he's going to be fine.
We'll see.
I think he's going to be fine. But
we'll see.
Dolphins? They didn't make it, but
here's what concerns me about Trey Lance. All right.
He doesn't have Eat the Ball.
He's never been sponsored by Eat the Ball.
And that already is like minus 100 points.
Where is his college stats? There we go. Okay. Trey Lance has played in basically like 2 football games since 2019. So 2020, the weird COVID year, they basically put on that strange game for North Dakota State to like highlight Trey Lance.
North Dakota State? Oh, you mean home of Christian Watson, the newest wide receiver for the Green Bay Packers?
Correct. So he plays one game in 2020, gets drafted, plays. Did he start a game last year? Started one game last year, had preseason.
Yeah, was it Washington? Like
yeah.
he played about, I think.
Yeah. like even if he's good, it's just he hasn't played a lot of football going into 3 years now. So that would be my biggest concern. Like if you're looking at Trey Lance and when he can sort of figure things out, and that's probably why it's taking a little longer to usher him along. But the 49ers, like if Jimmy G's healthy and they don't have to start him, that's not the worst thing.
Well, I mean, that's the thing too. Yeah, he hasn't played a lot of games, but that also like kind of makes the argument for why he sits another year, right? Yeah. But I think the issue with the 49ers last year, and what they should have done, because when Jimmy G got hurt, if they just acclimated him a little bit more, like hell, he scored a touchdown against the Packers. So like if he is just like put into situations, I feel like it just makes your offense a little bit more versatile, and it gets him a little bit more game ready. That'd be just
the way. If the 49ers keep Jimmy G, I think the way they should play this is Jimmy's not ready to start yet. Trey, his shoulder's still not there. So you're going to go start, but when Jimmy G's healthy, it's his job right now. So you take like that pressure off of Trey Lance, and just see what he can do. And then you put Trey Lance in. If he plays well, then, you keep rolling with him. If not, you've kind of set yourself up for Jimmy G to come back in, and maybe you don't, crush his confidence. That's the way I would play it. Mind games, always thinking of the next step.
Nailed it.
I
think you're just upset because the Bills are going to beat the Broncos in the playoffs.
If it's the AFC Championship game, I can live with it.
It's the wild card.
Bills ain't going to be in the wild card.
I love how you said the Bills. You're like, Broncos, yes, they'll be there. But so you think the Bills get number 1 overall seed?
Oof. Yes.
That's the only way.
Yes, I do.
I think there's a good chance they do.
I think they play in a favorable division, which right after today's episode, the AFC East power rankings, the post-draft, post-free agency episode coming up today. Check it out. There's some things I like about the AFC East. I think it's going to be better, but
you can have 3. They give like 3 playoff contending teams, I think.
Possibly. And none of them are named the Patriots. Spoiler alert.
Do you think the Jets could make the playoffs over the Patriots, buddy? Oh, man, the haterade is hard today. Listen, Packers, Bills.
That is a law, Kyle.
Super Bowl. Who you rooting for, Brandon?
In a what?
Packers, Bills, Super Bowl.
Oh, I'm rooting for the Bills, baby.
After you just... not last week, 2 days ago, you stabbed him in the back.
I said I'm not going to root for the Bills over the Broncos.
Uh-huh.
My lifelong team, my soul. Now, I mean, if the Packers won, though, I would be very happy for you.
No.
I would.
No.
If it were the Giants, I would not be happy for Adam.
I'm excited for
the Cowboys. I would not be happy for Scooter. If it were the Steelers, well, that can't happen. The Bills Steelers Super Bowl.
That's not good. It's not going to happen. That's yeah. But key dude, I'm telling you, Packers Broncos.
Oh my God, we would win the internet.
We would destroy the internet.
We would win YouTube so hard,
dude. Like what we would have to do is like legitimately like get a suite at the Super Bowl, have someone sponsor us to go so we could stream the game live from the Super Bowl and break the internet.
Yeah. Oh my God. Come on, forces, football gods, please make it happen.
That would be, God, that'd be so amazing.
It would be, I mean, the Packers going against Russell Wilson, that's just huge. Like, that's just a great storyline. Russ taking the Broncos back to the Super Bowl, his first year in Denver. It would be the most viewed Super Bowl ever. And no Super Bowl will ever be as highly viewed as that one.
And for every touchdown, the person whose team scored punches the other person in the face.
At the end of it, we're both just concussed.
The Packers are green. Yes.
We would both break our hands on first punch, too.
100%. Our wrists would be like, all right, guys, we got to end the stream because I can't.
I never punched no one.
It's broken again.
I forget. It does hurt.
Oh, my. Yeah, half the views would be from crying Seahawks fans. Oh, my God. Can you imagine? Oh, the Seahawks. Oh, you know what? I'm liking this more and more. I am all about this. Yeah, no.
Disagree. It would just be
out.
Patriots fans and Bucks fans. Everybody else would be like, F this.
Okay. So it has to be Broncos and Packers.
Has to be.
And what's that? Russell Wilson, he gets cramps. Oh, I can't go in.
I'm menstruating. Can't play today.
I can't go in for one play. Oh, man, who's going to be our backup QB? All of a sudden, darkness.
Johnny John John!
One more helicopter.
Yep.
One more helicopter.
Done. Yes.
It just helicopters all the way into the end zone. Look what I learned to do, Green Bay. Suck it.
That's what it is. And then he takes a hit and he's done. Like he gets probably put in the hospital then. So Packers, yes, they would make him eat the ball. Yes.
I don't think so. Did they make the 49ers eat the ball?
Why would you? I mean, the Chiefs have made you eat the ball for quite some time. Quite some time.
Yeah, but now we got a quarterback. Game on, Kansas City. What would be the best underdog Super Bowl? Lions, Jaguars. The all underdog Super Bowl.
I just don't want to see the Jaguars there. Like
I honestly, the Texans.
Yeah. Could be Lions and Jets too.
Oh, that'd be nice.
I mean, not for me because of the New York thing, but I mean, the Lions Bengals game would be fun because I know they're not underdogs anymore, but
yeah, that had to happen last year. Lions
Dolphins.
But the Dolphins have kind of been like a competitive team.
Yeah, they've been in it. I'm trying to think. Like the worst AFC teams are like the Jaguars and the Texans.
Yeah.
And the
Jets. You could make an argument for the Chargers, Lions, Chargers.
Yeah, but like they're always like hanging around.
Chargers are just like the team that can never get over the hump.
Correct.
Well,
and then then you go with so those are like the three really bad ones. So then you have the NFC. It's going to be like
Browns.
Yeah, Commanders. Oh my God! But I don't want to. I want their team to do well, but I don't want Dan Snyder to do well. So
what? Yeah, F Dan Snyder. What if the Browns get to the Super Bowl and they're not able to get rid of Baker Mayfield and Deshaun Watson gets hurt in the championship game and Baker, like, does Baker just go in and play in the Super Bowl, even though he's refused to play like all year?
And he just, and every single throw, he just throws into the dirt. It's like that episode of Parks where like Ron gets the vegan bacon. He's like, yes, I'll take a sample. And he drops it in the garbage.
Yeah.
Like every time. That's what Baker Mayfield would do. No, it could be my reverse Alex Smith one, because when Alex Smith got benched for Colin Kaepernick, I said in the Super Bowl, like to get the go-ahead extra point, Smith just like chucks it into the stands instead of like placing it down for the kick and like reveals his jersey to be a Ravens jersey. Like add more sports entertainment into football. That's what I want the XFL to be. Like I want like a coach to betray his quarterback. And it's like, looks like the coach is like going out and checking on the QB. Oh my God, he hits him with a steel chair. Done.
Oh, done. Yeah.
And JR is there and he's like, "By God, broken in half." Like that's what I really want the XFL to be.
Oof. Falcons, Texans, another underdog Super Bowl.
Ooh.
But the Falcons got there, you know what I mean? They've been there twice. They've just lost twice.
That's true. But now though, now that like no one expects them.
Oh, this season, yeah, that would be the biggest surprise of the year.
We didn't talk about that. That's true. Yeah. Screw you, USFL.
Oh, yeah. Now, like, here's the thing. The USFL needs to address this but it's Fox. It's not even, let me see. It's the Fox digital. Let me look who got me here. It is Fox Sports Interactive Media. So it's a content ID. It's an auto claim. So it's not like a human looked at the thing. And the NFL has the content ID, and its automatic claim just allows the video to remain public, and they just take all the money. Fair enough. Okay. So in this situation, they claim the video and then they block it so nobody can view it. That's the problem. Like, they could take the money from it, which they did for the first 2 recaps.
Yeah.
Which was why I didn't think it would be an issue. It's like, you want people promoting and talking about your league, your startup league, because you need all the help you can get until you establish that it's going to stick around. So it's not like a conscious effort by one of these things. I think it's just
ineptitude.
That branch of Fox, they need to change their policy. Or they might have it that way because that game did broadcast on Peacock, and they have to be stricter about it. I don't know.
So the USFL is dead is basically what we're saying.
The US, I will take down the USFL now.
Yes. One bit at a
time. Fair enough.
True. Brady told Fox, he's just like, this guy has been bad mouthing me for years. Take down his video so he doesn't get his $3.
Yeah, and that video was, I think it was going to do well too.
Because of the field goal. Yeah.
Yeah, it was popping right away. I was like, oh, I got a good title. And then boom. Now I could have just cut out, I think I could have cut out the part.
Yeah. But it takes away like the whole point of the video.
Yeah, it was like a 20-second thing. I'm like, it's just going to ruin this part of the video. So it might go back up today because they have 48 hours to dispute my dispute. And if they don't acknowledge it, it should be public and we'll see what happens. But am I going to recap any more games? F no.
Nope.
Hell no. Like, I'm not going to waste. That's what bothered me is like, I wasted my time. I could have. And this was like the worst week for it to happen because I'm leaving for vacation. I was like, I couldn't get ahead. Like, I really wanted to have a video or 2 in the can that I could post while I was gone. Couldn't do it because I got to be a dad. Very time consuming.
Good haircut.
So like Monday, I do this video. I get it up. I'm like, this is going to do well. At least I'll get 2 videos up this week before I leave. Now it's not even 2.
Nope.
So that's what bothered me. On the big picture, like, I've done like 2,000 videos on this channel. Losing one, you don't really give a shit about. You're like, okay.
It's just a waste of time. I mean, like, that's what it comes down to. It's a waste of time, energy, and resources.
But 4:00, see if it's live again.
Nailed it. Dude, that's when the XFL is just going to come up to you and be like, hey, we'll give you like $250,000 to promote the league.
Yeah. Exactly.
And you're like, okay, I will act like the XFL is the second coming.
I'll be, how about 10 years, $375 million?
And they're going to be like, absolutely not. We will give you $18 a video.
Come on. The Rock's movies make that in a weekend.
It's true. Not the Fast and Furious ones, because he's not in those, unless it's a
not
spin-off.
in anymore?
No, he's had a falling out with Vin Diesel. Oh, yeah, no. They had a big falling out.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
My family.
Never go against the family. Vin Diesel.
I live my life according to my little time. And I'm Batman.
You shall not pass. Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel. That's Vin Diesel. We made it to that part of the show. We made it. All right. So maybe you have that video coming out today, but then you have the rankings video coming out today.
Yeah. AFC East. It's uploaded, and I'm just going to switch it live as soon as we're done with this show. So please, thumbs up that video and know it's the last thing I'll make for about 10 days.
Yeah, you're gone. Yeah, just a reminder, folks. So Brandon Perna going away. So he will not be. I don't even know if we're doing clickbait tomorrow, but no GPS on Friday, no GPS on Monday, no GPS on Wednesday, and no GPS on the following Friday.
No, I get back Friday, but
It will be the first non-week of GPS since August.
Yeah. I remember thinking about GPS for so long. It's like, okay, we're going to do it. We kept kind of pushing it back a little bit. Then we started. And now I can't imagine my life without it. I just can't.
You're going to have to for an entire week.
Yeah, that'll be nice, though, too.
Oh, okay. Sure. Don't let me intrude.
I'm still going to call Tom those mornings just to talk to him.
Like, man, what do you want? So, did you see this news? Yeah, we can't talk about it.
You want to do some more Brady titles? How about we do some more Brady riffs?
I agree. So,
what do you got coming out today? You got two reactions left?
That's it. Just two. I got the Panthers and the Vikings, and I'm saving the purple incarnation of Satan for last. So today is going to be the Carolina Panthers, and I cannot wait to be fracking done with these. Ooh, maybe Grandpa Cardinal comes back from the dead. He's zombie Grandpa Cardinal.
North Carolina, take your shirt off. That better be in the reaction.
What? But that's going to come out today. I just have some things to do. I know it'll feature a snazzy new haircut. So, oh, look, Ted Bundy watches your show.
Handsome Ted Bundy. I started watching the John Wayne Gacy documentary on Netflix last night.
How's that going?
I like to watch something horrifying right before I fall asleep.
That's good.
Yeah. It's creepy. It is creepy.
And then tomorrow I'll Vikings, and I'll be streaming for the schedule release. It's the last big stream before the dead months. Yeah. So tune in, be there. We go through all the Sunday night games, the Packers schedule. Oh, it's going to be so great. And then I can start doing way too early predictions for who's going to win each division. Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Let's do it. Oh, okay. We could just do that. You just be on my phone, and you could just be like, Perna, what do you think about this? And then I'll hold you right here.
Perfect.
And Jess will be like, can you stop talking to Tom?
No! Internet connection barely exists here, but I'm making it happen.
That's true.
I got 1G. 1G
and then
service.
You got a P, and then you got an S.
Nailed it.
But folks, thanks so much for watching. We'll be back a week from Monday. A little GPS. Or if I bother Brandon enough, maybe we'll come back on Saturday.
Whoa.
Be like, hey.
Crazy.
Saturday GPS just so we keep the streak. Maybe. Probably not.
Maybe Friday evening I could come in.
That's when I do my Friday night Q&As. Do you like what?
I got questions.
Ooh. A dual Q&A, you say?
I'll come up with 100 questions to ask you on my vacation.
When were you born? When will you die?
What's your mom like? What's your dad like? I've met your brother.
It's true. In person?
No, just right here.
Oh, okay.
I've seen him in your little box. Right there.
This is a real place, Brandon. Like I don't just exist in a box on the internet.
You do to me. Just Tom in a box.
we don't Tom in a box. But folks, thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. And this is GPS. Don't get in a car because we can't navigate you for the next week and a half. So don't sit right there until a week from Monday. Don't go out. Don't
stay in your home.
Don't leave.
Clean your house.
Don't leave.